As the man slowly woke up, he was totally taken aback by the blinding white light flooding the hospital room. It was so intense that he couldn't make sense of where he was. And to make matters worse, he realized that his mind was completely blank, like he had no memory at all. He couldn't remember anything about who he was or his past. Trying to make sense of the gloomy hospital room, he noticed this weird smell in the air, a mix of that clean, clinical smell and a faint whiff of antiseptic. The room itself was kinda dull, with walls that were peeling and added to the creepy vibe of the whole place. And this silence, except for the distant hum of medical gadgets, was just too heavy. Feeling uneasy, he mustered up all his strength and decided to explore the deserted hospital. But when he tried to get out of bed, he couldn't even stand. His legs were just not cooperating. It was pretty desperate realizing he couldn't move. Time passed, and he was stuck lying on the cold floor with no memory coming back. Nurses came and went, acting like they didn't care about him at all. The cries and moans of other patients echoed through the corridors, making him feel even more hopeless. One night, as he lay there staring at the ceiling, he noticed something moving out of the corner of his eye. His heart started racing as he saw this ghostly figure floating towards him. It spoke in some strange language, sending shivers down his spine. Fear took over as he realized he wasn't alone in this forsaken ward. Something really creepy, beyond his understanding, was with him. He tried to shout or call for help, but nothing came out of his mouth. The figure kept getting closer, suffocating him with its presence, like it wanted to consume him. Weeks turned into months, and he became more isolated. The ghostly figure haunted him all the time, even in his thoughts. He could see pieces of its distorted face and freaky movements, and it filled him with paralyzing terror that went deep into his soul. Meanwhile, the hospital staff just kept going on with their routines, like they had forgotten about him completely. Their blank stares made it seem like they didn't even remember him. Trapped and abandoned in this stagnant place, he felt his spirit fading away. Then, on one terrifying night, darkness filled the ward. The mysterious figure came out from the shadows, more real than ever. Its long, twisted fingers reached out to him like they belonged to some otherworldly creature. Its icy touch brushed against his skin, and he felt dread wrapping around him. And suddenly, the figure vanished, leaving him shaken and struggling to breathe. The silence that followed was suffocating, like the absence of the figure's oppressive presence was almost too much to handle. Days turned into weeks again, and his physical strength slowly came back, but his stolen memories were still missing. The hospital, just focused on his body getting better, let him leave without knowing the inner turmoil he was going through. Deep down, he knew that something big had changed inside him. That encounter with the figure had left a mark that he couldn't shake off, a haunting uncertainty and an unending fear. But as he moved forward, a lingering doubt stayed with him. Would he ever truly break free from the grip of the forgotten ward? Would that sinister figure always be lurking in the shadows, waiting patiently to take back what was lost?